So guys, I did some research and I talked to a couple friends that work on Euro cars. There's no dimmer for these, so the fact that we got lights on, something has to be swimming. I don't see a light down here, but the fact that there's a light on over here, under here, you can see it right there dim. I think we might have a module swimming or something, because if I close the door, I think they go out. I think they'll go out after a couple of seconds or so. We'll have to see. We got the door. Got the door closed. So I'm gonna give it a couple seconds and we'll see what happens. Okay, so the light went out. It went out down here too. See, I'll open the door and we'll see what happens. There it goes. Came on. See, it went bright and then it went dim. So I wonder if we got a power issue to our BCM or something. I gotta see what controls these. So guys, I printed out a diagram here. Let's see if we can get some light here so I can show you guys. So all our door access light, passenger door light, right rear access light, left rear access light, all these driver's side footwell light, they all share this 151 X151 under driver's seat ground, and this X492 light, 492 ground, which is under passenger side. And then same down here, the right rear door central locking switch, X151, X492. When I go over to this other page, opening lights, they share some of the common ones. So I'm wondering if some of this stuff might be related to a background, just like this passenger makeup light. Wonder if the makeup light works. Nothing. Does the driver's side have one? I don't know. Do you have to open the mirror for that to work? Yeah, so doesn't look like that works. These are really dim right now. So I just wonder if maybe these might be what's causing the issue. Assuming that's the light down here that it's talking about for the access light. So, and none of the lights work in the back either. So I'm gonna go after these grounds and we'll check them real quick, see if that's the issue. So guys, I printed out a wiring diagram of all the grounds, and let's see, where's this at? X492 under passenger seat. Look at all this stuff that runs off of it. There's a big ground splice. I think what I might do actually is I might see if I can pop this cover off of here, and we'll test the power and ground right at the light right here, or one of the lights, and we'll check it. But all these lights, there's a lot of stuff, like all this stuff on this page is run off of this. Seat heaters, stuff like that. So I guess we should see if we have good power coming to this, or good ground, and see if that might be our cause before we remove a seat. See what's easier to get to, because this is just weird. So let's see if I can pop that off, that cover off. I'll check it. So guys, I got the light down. Look at how dim this is. Look at that, looks like a heating element. It's crazy. So I'm gonna go get, I guess, the lab scope. We'll hook the lab scope up because it'll be easier to do different tests, and we'll see what's going on. So guys, got the scope hooked up. We're connected down here, on here, and I got the yellow going to the red and blue, and the green going to the brown, which is correct according to the diagram for powers and grounds. Now watch this. I open the door, because the lights are off right now, okay? So if I open the door, look at this. What is that? We're going to -8 volts. Did you see that? -8. +4, -8. And that's what we're getting. We're getting like an AC sine wave. Look at this. Watch. So we'll go down lower. This is what we're getting. So if I shut this door, you'll see this pattern will go away. Gotta give it a couple seconds, but Like there it goes, and it's gone. So now if we go back and look at this, I think we might have a bad ground because we're getting pulled down so low. Like I think it might be a pulse width modulated circuit, and we're just seeing it get pulled down. But that is crazy. So, thinking, if we jump that ground, if we jump the ground to ground from there, it should ground all the other lights and on that circuit and give them a good ground. And it looks like the GM module, the general module, which is the BCM, uses this other one which is in the right kick panel. So we could have an issue where the module is being brought down too low. But I want to see if we can at least get some of these lights to light up bright. So I have my headlight bulb connected to the ground right there. See, it's going right into the ground. So we're going to turn the headlight bulb on using my power probe right here. Let's see, we'll put a 5 amp load on there. Look at that. So our ground is good here. So I'm going to go after this ground and maybe this body control module, and we'll see what's causing this really odd light and pulse. I wonder if they have a bad body control module. So guys, I connected to the blue wire right there into a ground. Actually, I'm connected to the ground over here, and we still have the same pattern. I load tested the 2 grounds that it shows on the diagram here, which is this pin 14 brown and black and pin 26, which is brown and black, and they both tested fine. I put my headlight on there and I was able to pull like 5 amps through it, which seemed to be fine. They're not real thick wires. I'm going to see if there's another ground, because I'm wondering if there's another main ground that's not on this diagram that I'm missing. So, but I'm thinking about pulling this off, disconnecting this right here, and then seeing if we put power to this, if all the lights go bright in here, because it looks like it just feeds all the football lights. So if we put 12 volts to it, they should all be full brightness, because they're just normal 12 volt bulbs. So guys, I think we have something shorting out this wire. If I touch this, watch, the light goes bright and then it blows my circuit breaker. All the interior lights go bright, so watch. They all light up. That's me! So yeah. I'm assuming there's something shorted on there. Let's see. Looks like there might be a splice pack somewhere for this circuit. Maybe we can isolate it and see what circuit's shorted. Because that blew that pretty quickly. I guess we could put the amp clamp on there and see how much current it's actually drawing. I think we might do that. So guys, I got my amp clamp around the wire, and if I touch it like this, I'll show you guys what happens on the scope. You ready? Here we go. Look at that. So let's go back to that. Let's see how much current we were pulling. Look at that. We're pulling 30 amps, 36 amps. Let's go do that again. Let's see how much is actually. So there we go. Let's go back to that. See if we can move it over to just right at our scale. So look at that, that's almost 40 amps. Actually, that probably is, It probably is 40 amps we were pulling. And then it levels off at like 36. That's probably what was burning up the fuses in there. Crazy. Like I wonder if that's what burned up the board. Because man, this thing, like nothing's on. Like the car's not on, and the back of this was cooking right here. This heatsink, this whole bottom piece, it's still very, very hot. So I'm wondering if it burns up the boards. I'm gonna try to unplug this, get this out, and we'll see what's going on with this. See if like there's any signs of it burning up on this one. So I'll be right back, guys. So guys, I just took the module out. So the part number, well, this like BMW number right here, this is BMW S61-35-6, and it says 920-822. This one says BMW 61. There's no S. 356, and it says 915120. So there's a part number difference. And this one says AW, and it says 608-37710, which so does this one. But this one says USA, this one doesn't. And this says hardware 2.1, software 1.4. This one's, I'm not assuming that's software. This one's SW 1.6. So I don't know. And then this other number right here is different. This one ends in 017. This one ends in 115. And then there's, I'm assuming this is like a D code. They're different. So guys, I put my tip for my power probe into the body control module here. I guess general module, I guess you'd call it, BMW world. So you can see it. It fits real nice in there. Like all I have to do is push it to make contact, and then oh my clamp came off. So what I did was I depinned the wire going to the lights right here, and we'll connect the amp clamp back up. So we got a headlight bulb there. I got both wires in, so it's going to be around like 9 or 10 amps that this is going to allow to go through here. Let's try to do this without melting the carpet. So now if I push this in, this should light right now. There we go, it lights. I tried 5 amps, but 5 amps wasn't enough to light this. But if you see if we turn this light off, you will see this is faintly glowing right now. And we're pulling around 8 amps right now. 8 amps. And all the lights in here have a faint glow. Actually, I just heard a chime now. Oh, that's because my scan tool's scanning. It takes like an hour to be able to do anything with this car because it sits here and scans all the modules first. So that's doing that. So I'll disconnect this right now. Oh, don't want it to melt the carpet. But yeah, that's the tip that I'm using. I just push it in. Makes contact. Let's see. We'll set it up here. Oops. Touch the ground and the light below it. So there we go. We'll turn this amp clamp off real quick. We'll disconnect this here. So yeah, something's shorted in here, and I bet you that's what burned up the other board, because like I said, 40 amps that pulls. So 40 amps every time you turn the car on, I bet for a split second, that's pulling on that circuit. Because when I touch it, the lights would go on real bright for a split second, then it would shut off. So I bet you that over time of constantly getting in and out of the car, just burn up that trace. Crazy. Or maybe it can only current limit for so long, and then it burns up. Actually, we should probably look at the current coming out of there while it's doing that current limiting and see what it's actually pulling. So guys, I put it back in here. Look at this. Look at that. We're at like, I don't know how many amps is that. We'll use this top trace to show that. That's what our AC signal was. It was current limiting the entire time. So yeah, we're probably right around 20 amps that whole time. But that's spiking. And if we interrupt the connection, so we interrupt it, now watch. See if I can get it to connect again. Did you see that spike when I connected that? Let's see. Let's zoom out a little bit. See if I can show you that. There you go. Look at that spike. Let's zoom over. Look at that thing. We're over 42 amps when that spiked. And right here, let's see what we're at. Right here. Let's move this cursor out of the way. Right there, we're probably close to 25 amps. So yeah, we go over, actually that's higher than 42. Probably around 45 amps or so when that spiked. I think that's what it said down here, 45. So yeah, let's see if we can get that again. See if I can move this again. There it went. Did you guys see that? Let's see if I can show you guys. There it was. I think this thing gets hot and then shuts off. Yeah, you can see all those spikes every time I'm making contact. I'm gonna see if I can get it to show it again. So guys, I got it to act up again. Let's see if we can close the door and I'll show you guys. Let's see what happens when we open and close the door. So I'm going to close the door here. Oh, the scope's falling. Look out. There's not a lot of room over here for my feet. So we'll see what happens when this shuts off. Hopefully it doesn't take long. Okay, my door is closed. Is the other side closed? Let's knock down the scope again. Let's make sure this other door is closed. No, the other door is not closed. There we go. There, now we saw it die down. You can actually hear the module. Let's go down to a smaller time base. You can actually hear the module not happy. It's buzzing. And it gets really hot here when these lights are connected right here in the back. Let's see, I lost the connection, but you can see like when I... Let's see. This is really hard to make good connection, but anyway, you guys saw it. So I'm not going to mess with it anymore. Just going to tell him that he needs a new he needs to find this short, because I have a feeling this might be causing some other problems, because if you're shorting down this and it's pulling that much current, you could easily be taking down something else on the network. So there we go. That's why that fuse blew, and I bet you this other fuse will probably get really hot. That's 15 amps that's in there. So I'll see what he wants to do. So guys, now that I have this disconnected and this ain't shorting it, like this module doesn't even get hot. It doesn't even get warm without that wire connected. At least so far it hasn't. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go under coding and programming. We're going to see if we can, if we can connect this to the code this module. So we're going to do EWS and KMB not replace because we didn't replace them. That's for the anti-theft. And then we're going to go into coding system. We'll go to GM3 ZKE body control electronics. Okay, so now it wants us to turn the ignition off, wait 15 seconds, and then, okay, so let's do this. So we'll turn it off. We'll wait 15 seconds. Like how it says, do you do recoding right now? So turn the ignition back on. And we'll press yes. Recoding has been completed. And that's it. So let's go back, system selection, body. Wonder if I can save this or if it's just going to take forever and not save. I'm going to clear the codes. I want to see if anything comes back up. I'll be right back, guys. Oh, you know what? It's saved. So that's awesome. So let's go back. Let's clear fault codes. Let's read fault codes. No fault codes. So let's shut this off. Just turn it back on. No fault codes. Okay. So we have no fault codes now with that disconnected. I want to see if the front headlight's working. Because I noticed that this headlight and this turn signal is not working. I'm going to do a full system scan and we'll see what comes back. So I'll be right back. So guys, looking at this diagram, according to this, when you go under anti-theft and central locking, the general module is the anti-theft. See, there's a tailgate sensor, well, I guess it's a motor. Got your horn, your tilt sensor, your interior protection module. Oops, I started clicking on all these. And then they all go to this general module. So I'm assuming if that's being shorted or something funky's going on, it could probably go off for no reason. This is on earlier production. Figure 2 uses a general module. Comes down to the central. You got your central locking drive for right, rear, and rear left door. Your switches, they all go in the general module. And then another one here with the driver's door modules. They go in the general module. Let's see. Over here is remote control locking. General module. So yeah, I'm gonna tell him that he needs to fix this, see what he wants to do, and then I'll let you guys know. But look at that. I'm assuming that if that's getting pulled down by whatever's shorting out inside the car, that it might affect the alarm and stuff. That's a huge load on that. And it just to the fact of it getting hot like that, you can create bad solder joints, all kinds of stuff. So we coded it now for the car, so I'll see what happens. I may just leave that wire unplugged. I'll report back, give you guys an update in the future. Hope you guys like it. See you later. So guys, I just wanted to add something to the video. This is why I hate when people just replace parts, because it's like, why did this module burn a hole in it? Like, modules don't just decide, hey, I want to burn a hole in them and just burn up. Like, it doesn't happen. Something usually overcurrents them, and just like that interior light is shorted and pulling so much current. Like, so you put the new one in, then the same thing will happen with the new one. I'm supposed to talk with the customer tomorrow, I guess. They said they were going to stop by tomorrow, even though tomorrow's a Saturday, and talk to me. But like, this is what the difference between like a reputable shop and one that isn't so reputable. Like, you got to find the cause, and then find a solution. Like I understand, like, not every time you can find a cause, but like, this is so obvious. Like, something is dead shorting or overloading this. And look at that, the interior light circuit. Can't say that's the only problem, but the module seems pretty happy without that plugged in. Like, it's been pretty cool to the touch. Now, I know it has a big heatsink in here, but you also got to realize that this thing, let me switch over to my, this thing lives in this plastic housing here too, and you can see it melted the whole housing. Like, that's not normal. Like, stuff ain't supposed to get that hot. Like, it's crazy. I'm assuming there's like air that blows on there too, because there's an opening back there. But it looks like somebody cut it all out because it melted. I don't know if you guys can see that. But it looks like somebody actually cut it. So, like, just fix stuff right. It's usually not too complicated. Like, I literally looked to see what pin that was, because this was so simple. Found what pin it was, looked and saw it was a main power feed, and then you know something inside the module is pulling too much. So, hopefully you guys learned something from this. I just think it's sad that I see stuff like this and it costs customers a lot of money. Like, you can bill a lot of money for this if you, and make a lot of money. Fair, as long as you fix it right. It's like when you do this and you don't fix it, people aren't happy. So, hope you guys like it. See you later.